Nice and relaxed. Come on, buddy. Okay. Throttle! You're up, 60, fast, medium, left, long. Come on, you can do this.
Walmart Great Value Harpy explains here. Rally racing is, indeed, hard. Co-driver's job in rally racing is often overlooked by the general public, while being as hard, if not a bit harder, than one of the driver, since co-driver's role is to take most of driver's thinking and take it upon himself. It is simple to explain it like the driver is the muscles, while the co-driver is the nervous system. In the Dirt Rally 2.0 tournament that Harpy set up on the 23rd of February, I entered it as a team with my driver Suvu, and that kinda started the movement of co-drivers in his community. So, since Harpy's rally racing community, and Harpy himself, consider me a good co-driver, I decided to make this little tutorial on how you can become a decent co-driver yourself. Now the first thing that I want to mention is that co-driving is hard. Really hard.
2 left long.
Fuck me.
5 right, 4. Jesus. Where are we? Where are we?
You need to focus, keep your mind both on the track and your pace notes. Your eyes will be constantly going up and down from the track to the notes and back, to the point you get a headache or motion sick. It requires a certain level of practice or autism to get good at it. Again, you really need lots of focus and attention to be good, and that takes time to train. Now with half people with ADHD gone, let's move over to more specific tips. Before you begin writing down your pace notes, I will heavily recommend you to get yourself a piece of A4 paper, or even better, an A4 sized notebook or clipboard with paper to write down all your pace notes physically. While you can make your pace notes digitally, it's not that comfortable to go left and right with your eyes, if you even have 2 monitors, otherwise it will be hell to have everything on one monitor. And it's much easier to lose where you were on the pace notes going left to right instead of up and down. It also enables you to write down pace notes freely and make your own little markings for certain maneuvers. Now onto the pace note markings themselves. There are many ways to write them down, many systems to follow, hell you can come up with your own, but the most popular and the most useful in my opinion is the 1 through 6 system. There is a system proposed by Harpy for controllers that has flat, medium and sharp for the turns, but I heavily disagree with that one since it cuts out the precision, and while I'm not your dad, I really discourage you from using that one because a flat turn basically consists of both 6 and 5 tightness level turns. And oh boy is the difference important. Speaking of, the markings for the 1 through 6 system go as follows: turn tightness, then a direction the turn goes in, and an addition such as long, extra long, and don't cut. And I really want to emphasize on the fact that the numbers represent purely the tightness of the turn, not the amount you have to turn your wheel, Harpy. If you switch a car or tune it even slightly, all these angle markers will go to shit because now the car oversteers more and you need to readjust them. And I swear to God, if I hear a single poor soul say that the turn numbers represent the gear you should be in, I will find you, I will come to your house, and I will force you to make pace notes for all the stages in Dirt Rally 2. Here's some examples of how I personally mark points of interest onto my pace notes. Here's the turn, you know it already, a hairpin, square turn, don't cut, caution, jump, hold left or right, into, tightens, straight, unseen, and finally finish. There is another mark for the length of a straight line between maneuvers, but I personally don't use it. It is honestly a good practice to put them in, but all that depends purely on you. I just prefer to keep my calls very simple, and if there's a long straight line, I just say straight and then a turn when it comes up. Speaking of into and tightens calls, an into call is used whenever there is a sequence of turns one after another with barely any space between them. For example, 6 left into 5 right into 3 left long. A tightens call represents the fact that the turn's severity increases compared to its entrance midway through it. An example would be 5 right tightens 2. See how I didn't say the turn's direction the second time? That is a telltale sign that the turn stays the same and just becomes tighter without ending beforehand. By the end of the tournament, I was saying 6 left into 1 to make callouts as short as possible, but that requires practice and some level of synergy with your driver. As for actually writing down the pace notes, there are a few ways you can do that, and while applicable to most rally sims, I will be specifically talking about Dirt Rally 2. First way is going through the stage with your driver slowly and writing down the turns as you go. The advantage of that is you familiarize yourself with the stage and you can do so at a calm pace, but a disadvantage is that you have to assume the severity of some turns, since a 3 turn you wrote down initially may need to be marked as 2 when you're actually going 150 km an hour. Another way is watching a recording of somebody going through the stage at a normal rate and writing down the turns while pausing. An advantage of such method is that you most likely will be writing down the severity of the turns more accurately, since they're taking at proper speeds, but at the same time you don't familiarize yourself with the stage as well. The third option is just writing down the pace notes the game had coded in beforehand, but that kinda loses the point of making your own pace notes. They're a good baseline and it is okay to rely on them when you just start making pace notes, but trust me, you will need to make a lot of adjustments later on. Now that we have the pace notes prepared, time has come to do the thing you're here for. Log the fuck in. That is basically a TLDR on how to co-drive. Always keep your attention at both the road and your pace notes. Never keep your attention at one for longer than just a few seconds. Get stuck on either one and you'll end up like... Oh shit, one left. Figure out your timings. They are one of the most important thing in your entire job. If you're co-driving over Discord, a good way to figure out the delay is at the start of every stage you get a 5-second cooldown shown both at the HUD and, if you hit it, at this little traffic light over there. Do the countdown as you see the numbers or lights on your screen and then ask the driver how far behind you were. Now take that amount of time and add on some more time. That timing you'll need to figure out together with your driver, since everybody needs their callouts at a specific timing. After some time, that timing will be automatic though, so just keep it manually in the beginning. Another thing about timings is consistency. Your timing can vary depending on the turn tightness because the driver needs more inputs to properly react to a tighter turn rather than a flat one. Also, if a sequence of turns in very rapid succession is coming up, it is okay to say them all out one after another, but if you did that, shut up. Speaking of shutting up, keep banter to a 0. In a perfect scenario, a co-driver shouldn't react much to things happening outside the car, such as a small crash or, alternatively, a very well-passed turn. Keep your emotions to the minimum. Don't put additional stress on your driver. Celebrate after you cross the finish line. And another small tip, keep a finger or pen on the next maneuver. That way you are way less likely to lose yourself in the pace notes and won't be wasting time looking for the next turn. Those are the main things I can teach in the video. 90% of learning to co-drive is pure practice, and you will have to do that yourself. It will be hard in the beginning, but it will pay off later on, since the default co-driver, at least in Dirt Rally 2, sucks ass. And damn, it's just very fun to do. The euphoria when you finish a stage due to your calls is immense, and just having a living, breathing teammate that adapts to the situation instead of just calling out pre-recorded turns helps out the driver a lot. I hope that tutorial did give you something useful. For shits and giggles, I set up a Boosty page, which is Russian Patreon, so if you really want to throw money at me for some reason, now you can. Keep in mind there will be absolutely no paywalled content, and the only real advantage of subscribing to a tier is just getting your name in the end of a video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next stage.